Where did you go? Where have you been? She went to top life. She came back looking fresh.
Listen, Joe. I had to detox from
Listen, Joe.
Instagram. I had to detox from socials, right? So I removed myself completely from socials. I deactivated most of my accounts. And then after like processing everything and just regaining strength, I decided to come back slowly but surely on different socials. So I'm back on Instagram and TikTok, but all my other socials like Facebook, Twitter is still deactivated. WhatsApp has been there because I mostly communicate with my clients there. But yeah, I was just trying to figure myself out.
Wait, so after your detox, you chose the two most toxic ones to start with. I like.
I had to come in with a bang.
Okay.
So in order for one to come in with a bang, you must go to where the toxicity was in the beginning. So the Instagram, the TikTok. So when I logged into TikTok, I was like, "Hi guys, I'm back." Like I never left. And then I started coming in, and then Insta isn't as bad because I don't think my community is terrible people. I think they're very kind and calm and collective. It's just the stories that you hear on here, then you're like, mm-mm, mm-mm. But I must say, guys, it's been great. The detox was beautiful. I'm imploring as ever. I've also been traveling as well, so it's allowed me to just be out of this zone. So I've been traveling a lot. I'll start posting slowly but surely now all my trips that I've been doing and like just filling up the socials.
See?
And it's probably even soon, hey, you guys are gonna hear stories of me just popping up, getting married. You never know, hey?
So that's exactly what I was going to say. You sound like someone who is enjoying love, you know.
There's a new guy.
You have that new love glow.
That's what to tell us.
No, man, guys, it's not even aspects of a new guy. I think actually finding someone who understands you and has zero expectations in figuring you out or saying how do I love you and asking you those stupid questions. No, man, like someone who knows what your gist is about and how you flow and how the flow is flowing. So I'm thinking it's not a new guy, guys. It's someone who's trying to enter into the goalpost, but his score games are winning. Hey, they are winning. They are there. They
I
are
love it.
hopping in. They are popping in. Like I don't have to explain myself. Like if I'm quiet, it'd be like, "Are you okay? Have you eaten? Are you taking care of yourself?" Oh, dude, the questions that need to be asked.
Like, I love it. First of all, you were missed. We noticed your absence and we felt it very dearly. Like, where is Wandy? It got to a point where we almost sent Emmanuel to South Africa. We're like, he needs to come and find you. But we're glad you're back. So
No, I'm back, guys. I think also I needed the detox. I won't lie to you. Okay, as much as it's all great to be on socials, but sometimes like just removing yourself out of, and I think people need to do that. You don't have to always deactivate your socials, but remove yourself out of socials and the noise within socials. Focus on yourself and focus on what you're all about and what you need. As much as people use socials for distractions, but I want to say that sometimes you need to remove yourself completely from the noise, from the drama, and focus on what you need as an individual. Because then you build your mental aspect. You get back to who you are as an individual. You get back what you actually love and what you need. Being off socials allowed me to focus more on gym. It allowed me to focus more on my health. It allowed me to even focus more on my spirituality in every sense, how to reconnect with myself, how to grasp every single aspect. I was more in tune with nature than anything else because there wasn't any noise in the background. There wasn't 10,000 lives. There wasn't posts that are coming out of people's depressing stories, because people tend to forget that even if you don't join the lives, the stories that you're seeing on socials depress the hell out of you, because you see people's realities and you're like, as much as I'm not living that reality, but I'm sympathetic to what this person is going through. It drains you as a person emotionally as well to see that a lot of people are going through a lot of things. And I think because I was consuming so much content, I felt drained at some points in time where I'm like, these sympathetic stories and these problematic stories that are going on within different countries is getting too much now. Let me just remove myself out of it and reconnect and regather myself. And trust me, when I started doing that, I felt like I was a better mom. I started becoming, oh, my son is in soccer now, so I'm a soccer mom now. So I started becoming like going into school. So I'm a soccer mom, officially a soccer mom now. Officially back to being a full-time swimming mom. I'm back at the gym full time now, and my body has been banging the way it should be banging. I'm a clothing now as well, so I'm redefining my fashion aspects and how I need to look, especially with how I want to feel with the type of body that I have right now, because now it's more of the gains, and I'm trying to fit the gains. So things have been looking good,
I
looking
swear,
scrumptious.
I feel like women are the more evolved species in the sense that with every period of your life or whatever you're going through, your wardrobe will reflect it. Like if a girl is going through heartbreak, she'll change her wardrobe. You'll be like, this girl is dressing like she's going through something.
Fuck your hair. Don't fuck your
I
hair.
swear. Yes,
No
they
spots.
must do something dramatic or
Pink hair.
drastic.
But they say that they always say that how you're feeling at that moment in time will reflect on how you look. Like with me, I know that I've never been a makeup girl. So the only thing that I could cover with is if I've got a new hairstyle, you must know that I'm going through a specific phase within my life. And the hairstyles always determine what phase I'm in. So like now I'm all natural. I'm out with my natural hair and I'm like, I'm loving it and I'm treating it and I'm doing very great things to it. And then I'm like, when I need to plait now, then it would be a what style am I going to do that will fall within my emotions at that moment in time? So if you know for a fact that if I've got my locks, I'm in my happy phase. So I've got my locks up and just doing all the things that I need to do. Guys, trust me, like I'm enjoying the evolvement and how I positioned myself currently. And even the people that I've positioned myself with. Let me give you just guys.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Interesting.
Okay, today's catch-up session. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Today's catch-up session with Wandy. Wandy's telling you everything that's been going on within her life. This is story time. Story.
Storyteller.
So,
Sorry.
story. I love integration, right, within Africa. When I say integration, I mean in a sense of different countries marrying each other. I love the concept because we speak unity and we speak the fact that we can actually love outside the boundaries and outside the boundary aspects of the love that we have. I've always been Pan-African. I won't lie. It also proves within the dating era that I've gone through. I've always been, I love my African brothers. If you respect me, we respect each other. It's all great and dandy, right? So these past 2 weeks, I was at a wedding, right, of a Nigerian and a South African. Beautiful. Love the combination. It works wonders if you guys truly love each other and know how to embrace each other's cultures and aspects of how you guys divide and conquer, right? I'm all for that. And I've always said that I love the cultures within Nigeria. I love the way that you guys do your things in every aspect. And why I say that is because you guys, as much as South Africa is rooted within culture, but you guys are proud when it comes to culture. And the manners of how you conduct that aspect works wonders. It's beautiful. The wedding happened, right? Now the only fault that I have with this whole entire situation, is I feel like the groom was unfairly treated in a financial aspect, not in any other aspect, financial, right? In a sense that if you don't know customs and cultures, you won't get past a lot of things, especially when it comes to the partner that you have. That's why I always believe that transparency is the best thing, especially within cultures and how cultures are done within the other side. So the wedding was meant to happen on a Friday, but it ended up happening on our public holiday on a Tuesday. Reason being is because when they say God hinders a lot of things to not happen, but because we are stubborn folks and we want to make things happen, it will happen by our testimonies, not of God's testimony, but our testimonies. Okay, cool. The first aspect was the groom's visa was not approved. He had to appeal, because the wedding was happening in South Africa. Appeal until that was issued out. His wedding was on the 20th. He only got approval on the 17th, and the visa was only valid from the 23rd. Your wedding's on the 20th, remember. They decided to shift the wedding to the 24th. So the groom is only coming on the 23rd. His wedding is going to be the following day. Right? Cool. Mind you, everyone who came from Nigeria, the US, the UK had booked reservations already from the 19th until Sunday because they knew that a lot of them are coming back on Sunday. People had to rechange their flight plans. This is money, guys. This is cash flow that is going on. Do you know how expensive flights are? I've been Googling how much flights are to Nigeria, how much flights are to the US. It ain't up in flights, guys. This is money. People's money. Oh. But anyway, people had to reschedule, right? Secondly, now, if you had booked from the 19th until a certain period of time, the money that you have paid in, you forfeited already. So they're not going to refund you the money. So you've lost that money. Now you need to rebook another room for another period of the wedding. All right. Yeah, money was spent, but anyway, we're not going to say that. That's what I'm saying. If things are done, not done by God's grace, but done by your grace, certain things are going to happen. So a few of the people came in earlier than anything expected. Like a lot of people came in, the wedding was on the 20th. A lot of people came in from Monday. So they had slept at the hotel already from the Monday. And they had to now rebook for the following Monday until like Thursday. Yeah, until like Thursday. Because I left Durban on Thursday. And the other crew that was already in Joburg, I was like, okay, guys, book here already in Joburg where I am, and then we'll all leave together on the Monday since the wedding is on the Tuesday. Cool beans. When I say that you guys are very gracious, when I say fellow Western people are very gracious with life, and you guys are give us in hands. Me, if I was Wandile, I would have never paid. I would have taken my losses and left this wedding and be like, I'm not going to any wedding anymore because I've already lost so much money. But your graciousness, as I'm going to say, your graciousness, your people are very committed folks when it comes to their own people. They booked the accommodations for the following week, spent more money, had to change their flight plans from Durban. They had to spend more money on that. Now reschedule whatever activities that they had to do in South Africa. Now that has to change and reschedule. So it's more money on top of that. I can tell you right now, all the people that came there spent more than $6,000 on just the trip. And if that's not flight tickets, that's the whole entire trip. Most probably with flight tickets, most probably it's another 4 or 5. Let's say 11. Let's say maximum 11, 10 for each person that had to spend. That was above the budget range, right? The fact that guys can be homies, you guys assist each other the way you assist each other. You know how to cover each other the way you cover each other because you know how to get your monies back. Cool. The day of the wedding, what I expected as an extravagant and how I picture Nigerian weddings or even South African immigration weddings that I've seen. My face says it all. The disappointment that day.
I'm very sure, like, if you spent all that money, like the money you're supposed to spray and lavish on the wedding, you'd have spent it on accommodation, transportation.
There was no spraying of money. Just a few people who had whatever dollars that they had, and they twinkled, totally dumb because people they had spent so much money. Even the Nigerians that live in South Africa currently right now, a lot of them were hit out within amount, and I'm telling you, they weren't spending rands, they were spending dollars. Like if you have to calculate the money that they had to spend, it was in dollars range, guys. It was not rands. And
Was it a big wedding? Like, how many people were there?
no, there was less than 50 people there. There were meant to be more people. A lot of people ended up pulling out because of now having to spend extra money. And they were like, we've got activities already within South Africa that we planned, so we're not going to come. And mind you, okay, then this is the main wedding. The main wedding was the white wedding, right? That we went to. That was at the hotel, the not resort actually that we went there. They wanted a sea view wedding type of situation. That type of situation, the main wedding. My disappointment was getting a pastor who doesn't know how to speak proper English. He speaks Vedic, South African language, and then getting an interpreter who's a family member to now speak English for the people. The other aspect is the fact that to a certain point it wasn't coordinated because time passed. Then normally, like if you're scheduling that things start at 10 or start at 11 or started at specific times, it should go accordingly. Or even if it's late, it's like 30 minutes, an hour late. A lot of the things started 2-3 hours after, where even the time for the reception started late. And now getting to the
That's
reception,
African time.
no,
Bad
African
behavior.
time. People's weddings are committed. Like I've seen a lot of weddings that start specific times, and they, as much as they drag on, but they have started on the time that they said they'll start.
Yeah,
This
those
is
people are too
respect.
serious.
No, Joe, leave yourself. That's why you're not going to get married. Just joking.
They are too serious.
Yes.
I
So,
feel like our idea of wedding has kind of taken away from what weddings should be. We expect weddings to be an event. You get, like, the truth is, for me now, if you tell me come to a wedding, I want to be blown away. I want to see something extra. It's no longer traditional. It's now, how can you showcase extravagance? In my opinion, it's what most people, okay, fancy food, fancy outfits, how many people can come? Can you get the most expensive hall? Yeah, it has become
Opportunity to show off.
theater. Yeah.
but also in this aspect, I would also be honest enough to say that I don't feel that it was
MTN.
You know,
sorry. Hi guys. Sorry. So I was saying that I don't think it's value for money. Reason being is that what was put there and given to us was not of value aspect within the money that was put in. And if you convert dollars to rands, if you calculate the money that was spent, including the friends that have gathered the money, it was close to about 700,000 rand. And with 700,000 rand, you can do a lot of things.
What is that in dollars? What's the conversion?
Close to about 30, let's say 35, 30, 30, 35, $40,000.
Okay.
And with that itself, that's a lot of money for a wedding, I feel. On top of that, you're still paying, like you guys call it, dowry and lobola, separate from that amount that you've spent for the wedding. I still felt, to be honest, that it wasn't value for money, and I felt like they shouldn't have rushed it. I feel like there would have been a better outcome, especially knowing very well that a visa, the husband's visa was valid from September until December, where you could
but
have
like,
planned it another time within that period, knowing also very well that you guys are not going back outside the country. You're going to stay within the country, if you get
so
me.
like in the wedding now, was there enough food?
Okay, now also the second problem is the fact that within the wedding aspect, remember there's Nigerians there. A lot of Nigerians don't eat South African food. There was a problem with the hotel saying that they didn't want the people who brought the food for Nigerian food to be served at the wedding because they had catered some South African food. There had to be a payoff so that they were allowed that the Nigerian food to come into the wedding.
Yeah, I think
That was what
all this sounds like the guy's wife's family just has very poor skills at organizing stuff.
Can I just tell you
Yes,
that
sir.
the wedding
Because the
didn't
guys
have the
in
wedding didn't
Nigeria
have
obviously telling them to organize it, right? And they're just
no, the
not
guy was in
doing it,
Turkey. The guy is from
trying to
Turkey.
get his visa to South Africa. So that means he left
So
it in
he
somebody else's hands.
no, can I please tell you the thing is once I say that even if you go and apply this whole visa aspect, you need someone to coordinate with you. Like I think also for the longest, they only told me last minute with regards to his visa problem. I've got an aunt in the embassy. I told them, why didn't you tell me earlier? Because I would have called my aunt to see if she can't contact someone from Turkey to assist you because it's a South African visa. You see, if it was something from another country, it would be something else. But this is a South African visa that you're looking for. my aunt would have contacted someone that side to see if they can't assist you to get your visa up early because you're getting married. You've provided all the proof that you needed to provide for with regards to that you're getting married, the venue aspects and everything. Nothing was moved out of the place. So if you need assistance, get assistance. I understood that they only thought about me last minute, and I was like, there's really nothing I can do, especially if a visa is issued. Once a visa is issued, there's nothing we can do at that moment. But while it's still in process, we can actually try and assist you in some sort of aspect. So I was like, okay, it's one of those things. Let's move along with life. But I just felt like, even secondly, now it's the traditional aspect, right? The traditional part of it. I felt like the female's parents should have just done the traditional part at the location that we were at already, because now taking people to a remote place where they need to drive for 5 hours because there's no plane that's going there or any other aspects. 5 hours in a car, guys, leaving in the morning and arriving there late in the afternoon, and then spending an hour at a wedding, then enjoying another 5 hours going back to accommodation. What madness is that?
Yeah.
I
Poor
think
planning.
people take these things too seriously. I think that's the problem. Honestly, like, I don't know. Why can't you just do one and leave the other one? Like the white wedding is white man's thing. It's called white wedding, for God's sake. It's not about idea. It's not a concept. It's nothing. We're just doing it because we feel we should
That's why
do it.
I'm saying that. That's why I said that in every aspect, I love the Pan African. I'm Pan African
And
throughout, through and through.
even the traditional wedding, like people like my sister's wedding was in our living room. It was in our living room. Sorry, part of it was in the living room, and then the other one was just within the house. People sat down outside, drinks. That's it, done. And okay, the church wedding was a bit big, but like, why do you have to stress yourself and then everyone? People just at the end of the day, they want to just attend your wedding, see you get married, and go home. It's when you're
One
inviting people who are not your friends that you're trying to impress most of the time. If it's just close friends and family members, I don't really think they're coming there for you to spend so much money. They just want to have a good time with you and go home.
I guess it's okay. But one thing I always say that I think that's why I always say that sometimes having a wedding planner, having logical parents, family
It's too
members,
much.
especially
It's
if you're going to do
unnecessary. Why do you need a wedding planner? Like, again,
listen,
we're taking
Joe,
it too serious.
listen, this girl
I
wanted an
swear to
extravagant
God,
wedding. No, but she wanted
honestly,
an extravagant wedding. She wanted an
honestly,
extravagant wedding.
let me see. If you, I feel like if you just do something like
She wanted an
say,
extravagant. Keep that into mind. She wanted
why
an
do you
extravagant
want
wedding.
an extravagant wedding if you're not rich?
Because people want to live a life that they know for a fact that they don't know how to live at that moment in time. And that's what I'm saying. It takes logic in aspects to know that if certain things shouldn't happen. Like me saying that I felt like the wedding shouldn't have happened within the period of time because there was no means for it to happen. It could have happened this month. It could have happened next month. It could have happened in December while his visa was still valid.
But the only reason to move the wedding is because you want to do all this bullshit that is not important. That's why. If you just want to get married, honestly, the date would not matter. And yeah, I don't think the date would matter that much. Even those that travel from outside, from America and all those places, I bet you those people, when they're booking their tickets and all they said is, would attend the wedding on Saturday. But before Saturday, what are we going to be doing in South Africa? It's holiday for them. The wedding is just part of the holiday.
No,
They're
but the
not
thing
coming
is,
for you to
even
spend.
those people itself, they went there for the duration of the wedding. They knew the wedding's on Friday, so they were there from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. They were leaving
Exactly.
because Saturday they knew for Friday was the traditional part of it. Sunday was the day where everyone was going to bounce and leave. So it's just 4 days that you were there in a country where you know that you were there for that specific wedding and you were just supporting a friend and you were just assisting a friend at that moment in time. Now look at this aspect that you can't change your flight ticket for Thursday anymore because it's already fully booked when you're coming into the country. But the only thing now you need to do is change your flight ticket for Sunday because you're not leaving anymore on Sunday. Now you need to leave on a Thursday, the following Thursday. So it's an extension.
Yeah, but that's out of the guy's control. Sadly.
Jehovah Christiana, leave me alone, Joe. These people are
Maybe
taken. These are people. These people are people's people. Leave people alone.
Okay.
I feel like we have, and there's two sides to this, right? Because one is looking at it from the woman's perspective, and the other is from the man's perspective. So if we're analyzing it from the woman's perspective first, you see that women build up this idea of their wedding in their head over time from when they are girls. They have dolls, they play wedding, let's play husband and wife, things we're doing as children during our childhood. So imagine if you've been building something in your mind for like almost 20 years. When you have an opportunity to execute on it, you want to go above and beyond because you've seen friends, aunties, and sisters get married in that time period. So you're adding to your plan, which is why most women want to marry wealthy men, or one of the reasons why. So a man that can help fulfill that fantasy or that dream. Then from the man's perspective, you feel pressure to do all these things because somehow spending on your wedding equates to you showcasing how much you love this woman. A big gesture, a grand gesture, how much you love the woman, and then you put financial pressure on yourself. So there's no real logical financial planning that goes into the whole wedding celebration. That's where you see people who spend money that they should have used on a house deposit for the wedding.
Exactly.
My recommendation, you see, people should listen to me. I'm wearing a suit now, so it means that I know what I'm talking about. I should be a therapist. My
Hmm. Therapist.
recommendation for those that want to listen is make a list. All the people you want to invite, create a GoFundMe. Tell them to send you money. Gather the money they've sent to you. Gather your money. Go and do a nice wedding. Buy a house and send those people pictures. So they'll get exclusive footage of your wedding. They don't even have to leave their house. So you get exclusive footage of the vows, kissing the bride, and every fun thing you want to do. You're not doing it for them. You're not doing it with them. They want to be a part. They want to show that they are contributing to your celebration. If they truly care about
They,
you, those people that spent
they're
10K to
criminal.
fly there. No, it's like I said, it's my recommendation. Take it or leave it. It's coming from the suit inspired. So Emmanuel, you want advice? Come to me. Speaking of Emmanuel, I couldn't
That's
help. I wrote it down because I was like, I'm going to forget
that
this.
is
When
going to stop them.
Wandy said that your current phase in life, it showcases in your hairstyle or your looks. I was now looking at Emmanuel's hairstyle and his face, and I'm like, what is your current phase? What is your current phase in life? And I swear, the only thing that could come to my mind is this. That's it. It's like, one day's own is, You see? Or like, yes. Man, you need to do something about your face.
F you.
It's
Manuel,
Wendy that said it.
can I please tell you something, right?
Mhm.
If you and I lived in the same country and were tight-knit friends, you would not look like how you are looking right now. I don't like people who look like they have problems. I like you to look like you don't have problems at all, knowing very well that you have problems.
I don't have any problems. I just recovered from flu. So if
No,
I look like I have problems, maybe it's misleading.
you shouldn't look like your problem. I'm just saying.
You see, when you have to explain,
You explain tire. You explain
I'm not,
tire.
I'm not explaining. I'm saying what it is.
you go explain, Taya. Your daddy.
Oh,
Look
boy.
at me, look at Wandy, very put together. We've had flus, we've
What
dealt
is
with
put
it.
together?
Hmm? Wandy,
Listen,
please school these people.
as I told you, if you and I were in the same country and were tight knit friends, it would not look like your problem. I'm that friend who'd be like, you can't disgrace me in public. You can't be looking like this. No, you must look like you don't have anything. You don't look like you must. See, even when I have flu, you'll never say that I've got flu.
Good on
Like
you.
I'm very thrown in, and plus I know when to leave a room. Like I want to say I leave the room when I need to leave the room. Like you see right now, you guys didn't see me for a long period of time. I'm back like I never left. I'm back
Hmm.
like a bazaar, like a baby
With a
bazaar, like a bazaar.
bang.
I'm
You
back.
don't.
I'm back like a bazaar.
You sound. I don't know. What did you do? there's something. Did
We'll
you
get
do
the full
ayahuasca or
gist
something?
offline.
Yeah, she sounds like somebody that did mushrooms recently.
No, no, no. I don't do that. The thing is, I think I'm
Something has
enjoying my
happened.
life. No, I'm enjoying my life. Like
Yeah,
for once in life,
but
I'm
something has
fully
to.
enjoying
You
it.
know why I said something has happened? Because Adam,
Why?
as she joined the live, what's the first thing I said? I said, "Where did you go? You've changed. You look different."
You're glowing is what
So
he meant to say.
something has happened.
She's well rested. And I think
Hmm.
I'm an advocate for, taking breaks. I feel like we need time off social
I
media.
think she
Unfortunately, some people
eliminated
don't
a
have that.
problem. I
Sorry?
think she eliminated a problem. Like, when you
Hmm.
cut off something from your life. Like, when that thing you've been carrying in your head, it just drops off. I think that's what happened.
A weight.
I don't know. But she's cut off something from her life.
Like, let's look at this aspect. Emmanuel,
Hmm.
when you guys cut lives for a period of time, right? Because of the busy schedules that you guys had and everything. Remember when you guys first got back, how fresh you guys looked, how refreshed you guys looked. You looked like you guys came back from the break and you were like, yeah, now it's time for us to just like step in, let's step into the zone, let's try and create more content, let's have more conversations. It's that aspect. Once you decide that you're focusing on specific aspects of your life, you're focusing on specific parts of your life without the noise. Because as much as at some point in time you guys felt like this was a task. Now it wasn't the joyous aspects of just coming on live. It was a task. It was taxing. It was tasking. Even the topics you had to think 10,000 times for it. Things were just becoming a lot. When you decided to just say, let's push back, let's just stop everything, we'll come back when we are refreshed with new topics, with new gist, with new conversations, bring on new people, have build the family and the community that we have, but build it much stronger in a sense that the people that are going to come on are going to come on with more greater topics, even with conversation is going to make more sense now when we're actually having the conversations. Even the thought process of putting these things in is going to be quite different now. It's not going to be the same of how we look at it when we started off. Because of that aspect, you guys came in with a different ball game. You guys came in with a different mindset. You came in with a different outlook of life. And even the people that started coming through, you saw that they have a different aspect of how you guys look at things. And that aspect allows you to be the different individuals that you are, even the people that you are in your personal life besides this life aspect. It made you look at things differently, see things differently, and know how to maneuver within life. So that's why I said the break helped a lot because I looked at life in a different aspect. I didn't have to stress about other things. That's why I'm saying people's stories sometimes put them in your head and you're like, what if this was me? I can't believe he cheated on me. Why would he do this? Like when I started putting people's matters on my head, oh, I saw this is not my portion. Let me deactivate. This is not my baby. This is not me.
Not.
I shouldn't be crying.
Mhm.
Yes, I shouldn't be crying over people's, as much as I must be sympathetic, I shouldn't be crying over people's things because this is not my thing. I was not built for this. This is not me. So when I deactivated completely, I saw a new different side of girl,
Revive.
like a girl who I don't like the baby girls, but like I even figured out that as much as I like playing strong and empowered, I love baby girl lifestyle, like being taken care of, being pampered like a baby girl.
Come on.
It does the things. I love being a baby girl. I love it.
The guy.
Okay.
Like, I got to that aspect. I got to see a new aspect of me. I know for a fact that the man in me, when it comes to independencies, comes out. But I was like, oh, when someone's like, don't be independent, let me just do this for you. Oh, so me melting like chocolate. Oh,
Honestly,
mm, mm, mm.
as much me too, I like that. Like, forget that it's not masculine or whatnot. I want to be taken care of, and I feel like we should advocate for men that want to be pampered too. You get? So yeah, I like it for you, and for me
Like
too. So
even that. There's an aspect. There's a videos that I saw of girls where a girl was like how to take care of a man. So she did like a whole little spa day type of situation where she took out the face mask, she took out the hand aspect, and I was like, oh girl, if you can do this, I can definitely do this as well. And I started like getting some things now, like okay, spa day things, taking care of yourself, like going to do your nails, like simple aspects, like oh let me just book you a spa day so you can just get massaged down. Oh, guys. It
Looking
All
like
makes
right, you
sense.
know
Now
what?
I know what it
I have
is.
an idea for something that will be fun to do. We will say one thing that men like how you can pamper a man, because I feel like women don't have the ideas, and you will school us on how a woman can be pampered. Obviously, this is subjective, right? But
Cool.
at least I'm sure something that works for you would work for a few other women. So,
Sure.
do you have any tip, like a one-liner on how you can pamper a woman? Something not too crazy, not too extravagant, just simple recommendation.
I think one thing men tend to think that they need to do. As much as yes, women love expensive things, but being considerate. And when I say being considerate, is in an aspect of if you are a family man, right? Learning how to take out some of the chores that your partner is doing and giving her an aspect of a break. And when I say a break, a simple aspect that she is not to do anything within that specific time frame and regather herself and refocus. Simple things like that help a lot. And within you doing that, you take out so much stress and so much frustration that she might have, where it won't lead to certain aspects of fights, petty arguments, unrealistic things that are happening within the household because you had decided as an individual to remove yourself out of the situation. I make one example for those who have kids, right? When my baby daddy was still alive, one thing that he did was I think I was going through a lot within my examination aspects and work as well. He fetched my son for a whole entire week, saying that he will stay with me. I didn't ask him. I didn't expect him to do that, but he was like, let me just gather this boy and take him for a week. He took him for a whole week. I didn't receive any calls of, oh, this is what's going on with us, this is what we need, or what do I need to do, what is going on. Like, I wasn't called constantly. He was just being a parent. He became a parent within that aspect of just taking care of the parent. Within that whole week, a lot of the load of being a parent was taken off from me. I got to focus on my studies. I got to focus more on work and just gather myself completely. I got to also detox and take a day out of that break and just figuring myself out and figuring certain aspects of myself. Those simple gestures that people don't look at help a lot because now it allows you to sometimes regather yourself, especially if you're going through. I think you guys all know that women have moods that you don't even understand. You don't even understand how a woman is programmed because she gets angry out of the blue and you didn't do nothing as a man. And I'm saying, currently, I apologize to all the gentlemen out there. It's not the fact that we do it ourselves, we just have a lot of things that bugger within us.
You see how the list just went plenty, plenty. But I like what you were saying. It's just, you see, if you ask a man, what can I do to make you happy? Well, like he'll give you one or two simple sentences. Like, it's very easy steps. And yours is easy as well, and I agree, and I love it. I do that for my wife when I can, just take the load off, let her
Yes,
relax.
take the long. Can I please tell you that one person, I remember that yesterday I joined a TikTok live and this guy was like, oh no, the only thing one needs to do is give his girl money. And I'm like, my guy, even if you're going to give that girl $10,000, it's not going to be enough for her because of everything that happens within our own entire life. The mood aspects, the change in hormones, everything that happens at that moment in time. Just a simple person should just consider you of being like, okay, she's been doing a lot. Let me just take some sort of load away from her. Just that consideration, trust me, will make a happy woman.
But I think that's in the context of a relationship or a serious relationship, right?
Even friends,
If it's friendship,
can I please tell you that I've got one my closest guy friend, and as much as people say it's a red flag on that aspect, my closest guy friend considers me a lot. And why I say that is simple text of saying, "Are you okay?" A simple text of saying, "Are you okay?"
Does he
Um,
have a girlfriend?
yes,
Is she ugly?
no,
no,
she's very
no.
gorgeous. She's
Continue
very
what you were
gorgeous.
saying, sorry.
She's very gorgeous. A simple text of "Are you okay?" It hits a certain nerve within me because no one takes the time to just text you and be like, are you okay? Is everything okay? Are you okay mentally? Are you okay physically? It hits a different ball game with me. Like even in a simple aspect of one saying that, have you eaten? I know I tend to
No, but
forget
I
more.
think that still falls under the category of just being a good friend, right? Like your friends should check in on you. Now,
I'm not
going back
like
to what I
you.
was asking on a
Uh,
relationship, I feel like for most guys,
Christian Balogun says she likes gossip. She wants to join.
let's add her.
I did
I
not
feel
know.
like if for a guy, let me give people tips now for those that are listening, including Christian Balogun that wants to join. If the if your partner, male partner, is just coming back from work, meet him at the door with joy. Hey, welcome, honey. Take his bag, put it down. I want you to just relax. As he's sitting now, help him remove his shoe. This is a on the
Welcome.
hello.
Hello.
You came at the right time. I'll just give
My
a
London
gist
babe.
that will help
My
women.
London babe. Are you still in London or you've decided to relocate to Nigeria?
I
Which one are you?
haven't relocated. I'm still in Lagos though.
Las Giddy.
Last
Come on.
giri giri.
Okay, let me introduce here. This is my good friend Christiana. We're tight as thieves. She's in London, but she's always back and forth within Nigeria because of work. She's within the music industry.
The
She's
Christiana.
also got
Don't do
Christiana.
this. I'm just watching you,
She,
but
no,
stop.
no, I'm introducing. She's within the music industry, the entertainment industry as well. She does amazing work. Um, she's a proud mother of 3 beautiful daughters.
Wendy.
She's done an amazing job with those girls. For where she's come from to what she is currently right now, because I've seen the evolution as her closest friend. She has done an amazing job. She has done an amazing job, and she's a true definition of a Mbogoto, a strong woman, a strong conqueror woman within every aspect. So the fact that you are still hustling till this day for those kids.
Adams. Wandy is praised in the friends group.
Yes, I
Mm,
can tell.
I
Hi,
know. My
Christiana's
God,
left eye.
I'm going to just hide now because that's the next
Don't
You're
thing.
already
hide,
hiding.
don't
We
hide.
can only see your left eye.
Good. You only see my left eye. That's what you get.
We'll take it. We'll take it. You're welcome. We're not, we're not,
Thank,
we're not doing
thank
it.
you.
Today is just freestyle. We're not talking about anything serious. We're just, trying to help our people, our community. So Wendy was giving us tips earlier how men can be better partners and also better friends as well. Now,
Yeah.
we want to give you tips of how you can be better partners from the female perspective.
Yeah.
So I was saying that what you can do when the man comes back from work, and this is on a special date, you just want to make him feel special. You don't have to go crazy or anything. As he's coming in, you meet him at the door. Hi, honey, with energy, excitement. No problem, nothing else. Hi, honey, welcome. Collect his bag, puts it down. Let me help you take your shoe off. You'll be like, what's happening? You'll be like, no, I know you work so hard. I just want you to feel special today. Even though I can't do it every day, I want you to feel special today. As he's sitting down, you take off his shoes, you on his PlayStation 5, you give him the controller. Just sit down,
Okay.
relax, and chill.
You have
And
finished it.
Pizza,
as
I'll
it
tell
Exactly.
you.
works,
God.
because me, very,
That's it.
I'm very reserved on that. Like as it works, what has it done throughout that day? That's
Hey,
kind of like made me feel like, yes, like I want to do this. Like
wait,
from the start of the
yeah.
day to communication during the day, for me to say, you know what, this man's been working so hard, he's been treating me so well, so I want to do something very special with him.
But
Because
that's the
I'm
illusion, right?
not
He
gonna do
doesn't
that
even
with
have to do he
yeah.
doesn't have to do anything special. If you make him feel special, he'll go out and do that special thing. So I understand that some men are lazy and you're waiting for them to have shown results, right? Let's just assume he hasn't shown any results yet. But if you're like, you're working hard, he will not be like, fuck, I was jonesing. Let me go and work hard. If she's treating me like this with the little I'm doing, that means if I do more, she will treat me like a king.
I
I'm just a recommendation.
I feel you. Like I
Yeah?
get you. Okay, I get you. But I feel like when girls go all out for men like that, if they need that kind of motivation, especially when they need that kind of motivation, it's like because I don't know, they just have this reverse. Men like that have reverse psychology. So the more you do, they don't feel like they need to do more. They kind of get comfortable. So it's like the reverse. Actually, you're not doing it to motivate
Can I
them.
also
But
can I also fix in an aspect of when it comes to expecting one to do specific things for another person? Um, I'm a strong believer of if I can do it myself, and I teach my partner how to not love me, but how to treat me as an individual, in a sense that I am a big gifter and I'm a big giver
Mm-hmm.
in within friendships, within relationships. I think Christiana, you've witnessed that with me as a lot.
Of
But I
course.
know for a fact that I also love receiving. And the way you see me acting and how I do my things is how you know I expect when it comes to myself. And I really don't expect it, but the gestures help a lot and they do well. So I'm a big person who I would not allow to see my friend going through a lot or to see my partner going through a day. We all hard workers here, whether we like it or not. We all work our asses off to try and make means of our lives. Life isn't great all the time. Life can be perfect at certain aspects in time, but life becomes very hard, especially if you know that you are grinding as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
So if me doing specific things makes your life easier, you see me doing those specific things, it would also be a great gesture to look at me and be like, okay, since she's doing this to make sure that my life is a bit easier in any aspect, I expect that she also wants this in this aspect with her own life. So
Yeah.
as much as individuals, we have this thing of I expect my partner to take me to 5-star restaurants. I expect my partner to do this and this and this. Why are you not doing that as an individual to show your partner that you actually love these 5-star restaurants? You actually love that Gucci bag. You actually want that pair of socks
Yeah.
within every aspect.
Do you know
And
what?
why I say that?
Wait.
Can I please say that?
Do you know
Let
what?
me let me close the statement. Why I say this is because let me make an simple
I'm happy
example.
two
My
women talking.
No, because I'm about to
No,
give
let
her
me tell you.
one. I'm
Let me
going
tell
for
you.
it.
Let me tell you.
I'm
Let me
going.
tell you why I say that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a simple girl. I had an ex who knew that I love perfumes. I love smelling good. I love the smell. I love a man who smells good, but I love smelling good as well. And he used to see that I always used to get a lot of perfumes. And it became a tradition for him now. I didn't tell him. It became a tradition for him now to always get me perfumes. And it wasn't because, oh no, he's like, oh, she does that for me or she buys me perfumes. It's the fact that he understood that he sensed that this girl likes specific things. These are the things that she likes. She's not a rose or flower person, but just as of perfumes, feeding her food. She's a foodie. She loves food. Feeding her is her aspects of love, and you receiving any aspect because she feeds herself. She gets herself perfume. She gets herself specific things. He started seeing those traits, and that became a thing for him. Where every time he goes past a perfume store, he goes in and smells every perfume. He doesn't just pick a perfume. He actually takes the details of smelling it. Would his sinuses work with this
Okay.
now? Because he knows that our sinuses. He'd smell the perfumes. He would mix flavors if he had to. At one point in time, he created a perfume on his own. He went to a perfume store. He
Why
created a perfume
are
on his
you gay?
own.
Well, Andy, I'm not saying
Just
anything. I'm just
saying.
saying
I'm
all this
saying.
nice,
He was
but
gestures. The thing is,
this is
it's
tailored
gestures of what you look at it.
person, Wendy. Listen, I feel like at the end of the day, let's quote unquote generalize, okay? So your man knows you, gets you, and he knows the things you like, and that's because he's taken the time out to study you and understand you, know what your likes are, your dislikes are. And obviously he's in his character not to be quote unquote lazy and go all out when like you need to go all out. And that's just based off who you are as a person, right? So my point is, it's not I'm not expecting. Okay, so two things: expectations. So I'm not expecting anything over that. Oh, if I do this, then it has to do that. That's
Yeah.
basically one. I feel like, which obviously brings me to the second thing, is just who you are as a person. I think the key thing I've just learned for myself is to set boundaries, just generally, because
Okay.
me, you're taking, I'm single, you know. If I'm rolling with somebody, I roll with somebody that knows and understands me. We have like a genuine relationship, so I'm not trying to be playing around with old rubbish games. That, but at the end of the day, it's who you are as a person. So when I said gifting, I'm not necessarily even saying gifting, because I don't think I mentioned gifting, but I mean like just your day to day as a person. How do you take yourself? Like, how do you see yourself? How do people see you? How do you relate with people? How do you treat your family members? How do you treat me? You get what I mean? I think all those little things, and communication is I'm so big on communication. Communication is key for me. So if, for example, we have plans or we set a date and we said we're going to be doing this today, and I've mentally planned my day to fit that like that whole situation, and then you now don't respond or don't get back to me and stuff, I'm just gonna like leave you there. That's just one aspect. So just take it like, okay, let's say we're in a relationship now. Maybe you woke up on the wrong side of the bed, and we're not talking. Not that we had a beef. Maybe this is just your day-to-day general character sometimes. But when you feel like, quote unquote, you need me or you need that company, then you remember I exist. Clearly, I'm not going to be like, let me be meeting you at the door and be. I feel like that for me, that's living a fake life, and I can't deal with fake life or energy, because I feel like we've had like you've gone out, yeah, to work. Obviously, you haven't communicated. You haven't said good morning, darling. How are you doing today? I'll see you at work. Yeah, there's no lovey-dovey. So tell me where the lovey-dovey is going to emerge from when you get back from work.
I think,
Unless maybe then I'm like, I
but
want to do
what you're
something.
saying, I think you don't love that person enough. That's why.
Exactly, which is like,
So
I feel like,
that's why you can pick on the fact that the person woke up, didn't talk to you, went out, came back, and is
no, but it's
expecting
not
lovey
one-sided.
dovey.
Love should be
No,
one-sided anyway.
actually,
So
no, it's not.
exactly.
It's not one sided. I'll give you an example. My my brother and his wife attended like this wedding course they do in churches before you get married, and they said that during a marriage, it gets to the point where one person starts to feel a little bit like, I don't really care that much. And then the other one is like showing more love and then wanting more attention. And it swaps across partners during marriage. So your ability to identify that that's what's happening first, and then say, okay, maybe this is just what's happening, and then try to walk through it. So just give them that space and then just be there until they come out of it. Now, if they did not attend that course, they wouldn't know about stuff like that, right? But that's just
Yeah.
one example. But when they say love makes you do stupid things, love is blind, that's exactly what they're talking about. People like and get married and think they love that person. No, you don't. If you do, you would, all these things you mentioned now, you will not notice it. All you would think about is how to make that person's
You do
life better.
know I
That's
was
it.
saying I'm not
Even
married,
up to
so
the
I don't
point
know. For me,
when the
like, if
person comes back and doesn't talk to
I'm not
you,
married,
I
okay? I'm
bet
very
you all you still think of is how to fix it, not how to ignore the person. I'm
But
100%
Christiana,
sure
can
of what
you
I'm
fix
telling
here?
you.
no wait.
You've
So,
gone through the aspect. No, can you fix? No, let's talk on experience here, Christiana. Let's go on experience. You were married before, right?
No,
Let's go on that experience.
I'm gonna slap you.
No,
Stop it.
but let's go on that
No,
experience because
No, we don't. We don't. We
one
don't
thing
have to
you
use
know,
personal experiences,
yeah, we
right?
don't.
anyways,
We're
but
generalizing
you
here.
see, the thing is, we want to put it on a mental aspect because now
no,
there's a point
no,
Emmanuel is
no,
putting here in saying
he
that
has
if you're with a person, you would not notice specific individuals, especially if you're saying you truly
I'm
actually
So,
love an
so, so,
okay.
individual.
So wait, so
what I'm saying is, everything you look at in life, right? Your mindset towards that thing determines how you'd react. If your mindset is negative towards it, then you react in a negative way. If your mindset is positive towards it, your reaction is going to be different. So, if I
yes,
say
when
something to you, right, regardless of the tone I use, if you think I'm trying to cause harm, you would react defensively. But if you think I'm just joking with you, you wouldn't react in a negative way. You would laugh about it. Regardless of
Yeah,
how I say it, you would laugh about it. So
that's
that's the
true.
same way when you love someone, how you perceive them becomes different. Think about your child, your baby, for example. If you have a baby, what would that baby do that would make you ignore the baby? Even though they are very annoying, they
I
scream, they shout, they do
cannot
all this stuff.
ignore my
Exactly.
baby. I
Exactly.
will buy
So why
something.
would you ignore? So you see what I'm saying, right? So I think it's because we, maybe like people go into relationships, marriage with like some kind of expectations, and then when they say I have these standards, I have these boundaries, you start hearing bare minimum. All those things are not supposed to exist if you love someone. You should be
Yeah, no,
saying
but
those
that's what
things.
just wake up and decide I love somebody. It's a I mean, first of all, key thing, know your personal worth. Like love yourself. Love love yourself. The amount of love you show on yourself, obviously that you can then reflect to other relationships that you have. But yes, when you love yourself, anyone that even loves you, love you for who you are. This is how you are. You understand? And then it's not like a case of, you are sort of like trying to conform yourself to no, and it's all just like because certain people just have certain expectations. I don't want to say high expectations because, you know, like to be honest, there's nothing really wrong with just having high expectations, but
So
sometimes
again,
they
even with
they
high
over they
expectations,
overdo it, and you can't. No, wait, you can't dictate to somebody or just put like try and change their opinions if that's what I want to say. But at the end of the day, yeah, all I know is I thought for me is it was important for me to set boundaries because I'm still learning to love
so
myself.
so
Yeah,
yeah,
and I'm not
yeah,
gonna
you should.
let anybody take the piss on that. No, because it's
But
it's taken me a lot of work to get
but,
here.
but when you say take the piece and all this stuff, right? So back to what Matthew said. He just comes back, drops his toothcase, takes his shoes off, does all that stuff, right? Now,
And stop
now, if
laughing.
you think about it, right, he can pay a woman to do that for him. Anybody can pay a woman to do that. So I think
Oh man,
like with what, yeah, you can pay anyone to do that for you.
anyone, yeah.
So if you think about like what Wendy said about like relationships and all that,
Mm.
if you can make yourself valuable to someone, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you make yourself valuable to someone? By understanding them, embedding yourself in their life, and then filling in those gaps where they lack the most.
True.
Now, because men are programmed to give, 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 and then women are also programmed to receive, 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 right? So they go into relationships with the mindset of he should do this for me, he should do this for me, he should do this for me. It's what happens in most cases. It's always because they're already used to receiving, even from childhood.
Me,
The dad already
me,
did that for them. It's true. No, let's not fake it. Let's not lie about that. Let's be honest. Women
it's
receive more than men.
difficult,
So
and
that's
women
the
more
reality.
in
So
like in the UK is different. Women actually do more in the like abroad
no,
than
we'll get to that point. We'll get to that point. We'll get to
me.
that point. We'll get to why women are doing more now. Because you guys
Okay.
said you want to work. So that's on you guys. It's not on us. Anyways, what I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to say is that because women want to receive all the time, if a man should meet a woman who is not asking for anything and is willingly giving herself and then doing all these things, do you think that man will let that woman go for any reason? He
I don't
wouldn't.
know.
Even all of
Ungrateful.
us here have friends that do stuff for us that we know that this friend is very important to us. Then imagine in a world where you now find a woman who is different and all she does is just give you stuff,
Yeah, but I feel like
help
some
you
men
do this, do that. I'm not saying give you money,
hated
but give
women.
herself to you.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm
And
telling
it's
you
not
now.
keep asking.
There are men that meet that those kind of rare women, but they don't know them. Why? Because they've never taken the time to appreciate them or even notice. Because they're so busy chasing what's not missing. So, like I said before, I'm sorry. Whilst you were talking, I said some men love complicated women. They like complicated relationships, and they like that toxic energy, and it's a fact. So they will not even see it. They don't appreciate it. I'm just telling you the truth,
So
honestly.
now that's where the woman needs to move on, right? But why do women go for these guys? If those guys are not successful, they will change. It's because it's what women like. Literally.
No,
Think of
what
it
you
this way,
I
right?
can't
If
answer that
something
question.
if something is working, you continue doing it. If it's not working, you will change your method. So women actually dictate the whole dating game. And if toxic men are getting more women than the good guys, then it means women like toxic men. That's
And
the only
now
reason why. There's
stand
no other reason. Like there's no
can you
other
I
way.
have boundaries? Now, can you now understand the importance of me having those boundaries? I'm not having those boundaries to be mean
If
to
you
people.
are in a loving relationship,
But
you don't need boundaries. That's what I'm saying.
I'm that
Like
love
if
for myself. I need to
if two
appreciate
people
myself.
love each other, boundaries don't exist because
Yeah,
everything will come
yeah,
from a place of love.
love somebody
So why would
today.
there be boundaries?
I have boundaries. Obviously, even
You
in
only need
relationship,
boundaries
for
in a
a
bad relationship. That's what I'm saying.
no, I think relationship to be very
If you
successful.
love someone and the person loves you, they would love you
Never.
enough for you to
I'm
not
never
want to
going
set boundaries.
no, I'm not gonna listen to
Edie,
that. I'm
I'm
not
sorry,
serious.
Edie.
there's
Like
never
The
do it.
reverse psychology
okay,
here
okay,
is
okay, wait.
wrong. The reverse psychology here is
Let
so
me simplify
wrong.
it.
It's
Let me
so
simplify it.
wrong.
Let me simplify it,
It is
right?
so wrong.
What's so wrong?
Your
She said
reverse psychology here is so wrong.
It's
To the
not any
point that
reverse. Wendy, do you have boundaries with your child? Like with your baby?
no, no,
Why don't you have boundaries with your baby?
because there's
Why?
a manner of how we function, the two of
I
us.
just
There's a
said
manner of
if
how we
two people,
function.
hear me out. If two people love each other, listen to me, love
True,
each other, you spend your time trying to understand that person, right? You
true,
invest in that person. So now you understand the
true,
person already, right? So you wouldn't do anything to piss the person off, right? So
true.
why would the person need to be setting boundaries
what?
when I get
I'm,
to my point?
I'm gonna let you wait. I
We
wanted to
are so
say
focused
Look
on
at
the
this
wrong things.
problem in my
Boundaries,
mind.
boundaries, boundaries.
because
All these
even
things
as a mother,
are
forget
just modern day
no
stuff.
wait, keep talking about so let's go into children. Because even I can tell you for a fact, as a mother, yeah, I think it's very, very important for you to set boundaries with your kids. You're not holding them back from their character or their personalities. But if you just make them feel that anything that they do goes, I don't know what to say.
Those
So
are
it's
rules.
very in
Those are
any
rules you're setting.
so I think is how you
And then
define
so again, so
more like
now think of it this way, right?
because
Like raising a
there's
good if you raise a good child, you will not set boundaries. That's what I'm saying. Your child will
no
just wake up in the morning and
those are
slap you or insult you. You don't
as
need to tell your child, don't insult me.
a
Because
you
you
that's
raised a
true.
good child that
Oh,
loves you.
okay. I have a
Again,
question. How do you
you don't need
know how do you define good and what is bad?
so
No,
don't
that's how you
Adam,
mistake
come in. Adam,
in
need
life
to
there's rules,
have
right?
boundaries as a human
Papa,
being
please
or you
come in.
whatever
Maybe
you're talking
maybe
about.
boundary has different meaning to both
No,
of us. But for me, I
exactly.
feel
So
like boundaries are
you
things you set
set
when you're like in like some kind of toxic situation.
no, you need to open your mind, boo. You need to open your mind.
Sharon said she doesn't understand anymore.
That's why I'm laughing.
No,
Guys, I can't tell you the only reason I'm laughing is
Yeah,
the comment section. It's heated in the
follow.
comment section.
Why can't I see the
very
comments?
You
friendly.
The comments
can't see
are
the comments.
heated.
No,
The
true.
comments are what was laughing throughout. The comments are heated. Oh, guys, today's conversation is warming people
No,
up. Oh, Christiana,
that's
thank you for coming down.
so like
Just
for me, I like I said, I'm even still learning, but I'm just saying setting boundaries is at different levels. Yeah, there's different levels, and depending on who you have a relationship with, it could be with your child, it could just be friends, it could be with your parents. It's just very that's why I said take the time to know yourself. I'm not a psychologist and I don't know, I'm just talking from my own personal experience, and I'm telling you, and even like from other people that have faced similar situations, and I'm telling you that the key thing is to just learn your boundaries. And that comes with learning yourself. So you need to spend time with yourself, get to know yourself, love yourself, know your likes, your own dislikes, before you can even find a partner that obviously does not have issues with you, or is not thinking that you have to change your whole dress code to fit his own personality, if that makes any sense. You need to find someone that is like your equal, that obviously you're still going to give that respect to, you're still going to give that love to, you
There's no
understand? But
equal.
yeah,
There's no equal.
well, I know what I mean when I say equal. You just have a set, like, I know what I mean. I know why. I'm not saying that a man and a woman is equal. That's not what I mean.
Oh, you mean
I meant
okay?
like somebody that gets you and you get them. There's like a mutual understanding.
Same wavelength.
Right? Yeah, same wavelength. So it's not like oh, I was just managing you. I don't even like the way you normally dress. Why don't you dress like this? It's better. Or I prefer a girl without makeup, but or I don't like the
See,
way you talk to my friends. Or like someone that's not just gonna feel like they need to correct you every single thing you do every single day of your life,
yeah.
or anything. Someone that's not manipulative, that's not abusive, because there are red flags, but people ignore the red flags. But maybe we can, if we notice early, we can work on them.
So
Maybe we
women
can.
have women have very strong instincts. They know.
Exactly. So
90% of the
I'm just
time they know.
And if the thing is, a lot of people, and I don't want to even just specify, because these days there are many genders, I'm just generally saying. So a lot of people try to be in relationships, yeah, especially when quote unquote, obviously that's why I said quote unquote, yeah, desperate energy. But it's not that they're desperate. Maybe they're just kind. Maybe they are just nice people. Maybe because they love this person so much, they allow a lot of like allowances, like maybe somebody does something, don't even apologize for it, but you're willing to act like it never happened. You don't talk about it, you don't share your concerns. Actually, this thing that you do, I like it, because you're so quote unquote scared to offend people. You're scared to punish that, you want to lose the person. You're actually doing yourself than good. What you need is somebody that understands you and can take your no when you say no, and take your yes when you say yes. Just somebody just on that same wavelength, and they understand each other. So when
So
you find,
you know how you yeah, continue.
yep.
Yeah,
No, I'm just
continue.
saying, when you find that person, then we can then carry on to all these other conversations. That I'm just saying, but that's
So
just
but
the
now so like but if you find that person, right? And two of
yeah.
you are on the same wavelength,
Mm,
right?
mm,
Let's use the word, let's use frequency. If two of you are on the same frequency,
mm.
frequencies don't need boundaries. Frequencies, they just go together.
Yeah, because they
So
flow.
you'd come to the same conclusion that in a healthy, loving relationship, there wouldn't be the need for
Do
these
you know? I'm
boundaries
gonna kick me right
that we
now.
so
But
emphasize on so much. Boundaries, boundaries, boundaries.
what used
We
to be
emphasize on it so much, like
love.
everyone is out there just doing
Do
stupid shit. No.
you know why? Do you know why? Do you know why the relationship is healthy and is loving? Because it has boundaries. I'm just letting you know. But I mean, do your research. I'm just letting you know. It's because it has boundaries. That's why it's healthy. Like I said, now your partner knows you. You know your partner. No, okay, you know what? This guy just needs time to himself. But this guy doesn't need time to himself. He wants me to be there. Or okay, actually, I know she's not in the. You know what I mean? Because if this is not really the case, then you just be offending and stepping on each other's toes, frustrating each other. You'll be fed up. Every relationship
If you
Can
guys
I come
are
in
offending each
quickly?
other,
Can I come in quickly? Can I come in quickly?
yes,
Can I
yeah,
say something? In fact, I'm looking at time as well because I know our time frame
exactly.
here.
This guy has
So
answered the question.
no. Can I say something? One thing I've learned in aspects, right, is that before you even go into a relationship, you guys have your individual goals, but you have a relationship goal at some point in time. And that relationship goal determines how you guys are going to treat each other. So the aspects of boundaries would not be required within that relationship if you already have the relationship goal of this is where we're going, this is how things are going to be within our relationship. And I'm not talking about goal aspects of saying we want to have $50 million. I'm talking about an emotional base, a physical base, a mental base, a financial base already in that aspect, because you and your partner have decided to build whatever you need to build with them, right? And within every aspect of that, there was never a set of boundaries within that relationship, because you guys have had a goal of saying that this is where we see ourselves as two individuals. As much as individuals, we have our separate goals, but we have a goal for this relationship and we see where this relationship is going. The reality of this whole aspect is that when we go into our relationships, and I'm not saying this in general aspect, but when we go into our relationships, we go in with expectations, trauma, false narratives that we put ourselves through because of past things that have happened to us, where the ideal aspect of putting boundaries is to help the relationship, not knowing that breaks down the relationship at some point in time. And I'm not saying boundaries or expectations are a wrong thing to have, but let's also understand the fact that we need to fix ourselves as individuals before we start going into the relationships that we have. And that's where treating your partner and doing things for your partner comes at ease. Like me, in everything, I'm not going to say that let me land, girl, let me land.
You manage expectations. Is that what you manage your expectations? Is that what you mean? That's what I'm asking.
No, it's not managing. It's not managing expectations, but it's knowing that when you're going into a relationship with someone fresh and new who does not know you from a bag of tits, who is going to discover you within that relationship, who is going to know the type of shitty hole you are as an individual, is going to establish everything. You can't automatically say that, oh, I'm going to have my guards up because I don't want this person to know that I'm a shit face or I am this type of situation. That's why I always say that as a person, before I even meet you or before I even decide to open that door for you, show me your worst. So I know for a fact that if I'm going into this, I'm not going to be blindsided by the worst. Because one thing we tend to do as individuals, we want to act pretty perfect when we start off our relationship. And then once we're in the relationship, you start seeing all the shitty things that are happening, where you know for a fact that it's vice versa. I've met a lot of guys who are very great people, who
One
are
is a
kind people, who are
one
calm
is a
people,
very soft woman.
who are very
She
calm,
is.
who are very calm people and amazing people, but they meet the most shittiest people of them all. I know a guy who was faithful within his relationship, who was strong, who had strong values, but he met the wrong girl. And that's the sad reality of this whole thing. He met a girl who was unfaithful within the relationship, who had stupid expectations, where you knew for a fact that you're going in with a guy who does not meet the mark, who does not have riches, who does not have the cash flow that you require in life. But because you don't want to end up being the stats of the girls of saying that I'm not in any relationship or I'm not in anything serious, you play with this guy's heart, you stick by him, but you are looking also outside and doing things outside. And that's a sad reality. And we are quick to speak about men cheating, but we're not quick to speak about women being unfaithful and doing infidelity within their own relationships as well. No, but the thing is,
they do cheat.
Christiana, we are there and realistic of knowing that women cheat as well. But there are women who are living in Dululu land this day, Dululu, who are living in Dululu, thinking Dululu is the Sululu when it's not the Sululu at all. Who think that they are God's gift to mankind? Who think that they rise from the heavens and came down to the earth to just be part of man's place? And that's the sad part of this whole thing.
I don't know.
That's part of the whole thing. There are women who think that they are God's gift to mankind. If without them, God can never change anything. Do you know there are men right now who can do 10 times more than what women are doing at this point in time, besides giving birth? Who can take care of themselves, who can fix their own meals, who can take care of a household, and they don't really need us besides for procreation. They don't really need us. Like right now, they don't need us besides procreation. They just need a baby from us, and that's it. So they can take care of their kid and move along with life.
No. My question is, the guys that are delulu, because there are guys that are delulu, why can't they like find the girls that are delulu, then they can match each other? Why did they
go back to
try,
men have always been put in a place of saying that they are cheaters, they are unfaithful, they are not loyal men. There are men who are very ridiculous, who don't like us. There are men who men have always been put on a shitty pedestal.
Do
They've
you know
always been
what
put
it
on a
is?
shit. Because even if you
Okay,
meet a good man right now, they will tell you, babes, that man is going to hurt you. That man is going to be unfaithful to you. That man, put your guard up because you don't know what that man is intentions for you. When you have a good man and a man who's well taking care of you, society will always paint him as a negative man. Even a man who says that I love my woman live on social media, they're saying, oh no, she hit you with a painty. No, you are drugged of love. This is not how love should be. Men are always portrayed as negative people, period. Women are always the saving
I
grace of
won't not
God's
always.
mankind. And I can be
I'm
honest
definitely
with you.
dependent.
Let's also be honest. I
I'm
don't
not
think,
really.
Susanna, me and
I'm not
you
for
I
are
think
sure.
living
depending
in
on the
society
person,
that
but
understands that women
no,
are cheating
no.
people as well.
Depending on the person is how you carry yourself. People will carry you that way. Simple. Because as we're saying, generalizing.
Me, I'm
Oh, they
generalizing here. I'm not talking about one
yeah,
specific guy.
I
I'm
know.
generalizing.
Like, that's
Men,
what I'm saying. As
Adam,
we are
have
doing
you ever
all
heard
this
any good things about
generalizing.
men on
Wait.
TikTok or on
As
social
we're doing all
media?
this, yeah,
Have you,
yeah.
if you
But
see a
as
man
we're doing
choosing
all
his
this
woman, what happens?
generalizing men,
Me,
but
I
then
want
there
to
are also
listen.
those men. There are also wait. There are also those men, yeah, that women do love. They are, especially their women do love and respect because of who they are. So we can't generalize everybody under that umbrella.
Who's the
And
guy that's saying 100 here? And
my
it's
issue.
always the reason
Let
to say,
let me
what did
tell
the
you
man
my
do
issue.
when a woman breaks
Wait,
up with
let
a
me tell
man?
you
Or
my.
does it divorce rate?
No,
What did the man
wait,
do?
wait. I want to tell you what my issue. My issue is because there is me like seriously minding my business, and I'm telling you, I'm not sure this can work. But you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
sell me your delusionalness. That make me look like I'm delusional for knowing what I want when I know that you're not what I want. You're not, but you want to sell your delusion, like you want to sell it to me.
Christina, you know your worth, right? You know your worth, right?
Like,
Christiana, you know your worth, right?
babe,
Let's go. You know your worth, and you know
how do
what you
I even
deserve and
answer
what
that
you don't
question?
deserve,
Like, why,
right?
Christiana? Do you know your worth, Christiana? Like,
Christiana, do you know
like,
your worth?
do you know?
Christiana, do you know your worth? Do you know your worth? Do you know what you deserve in life and what you don't deserve in life?
So why are you
Do you
trying
know
to
how to roam within
why
life
are you
and not
trying
how to roam within
to
life?
sell? You're
No,
trying to
no, no.
sell
I'm saying this.
like
No, you know why I'm saying this is because me
yeah,
and you are in
like I get it. No,
the
I
reality
don't
of life.
need it. I don't
You don't
need
know your worth.
because people ask me, okay, so like obviously I'm not putting it out there. I don't want to put it out there. This is awkward for me. But I chose not I've not been in a sexual relationship for going 3 years now, yeah. Now minding my business, and it's because some people are, I don't know how to call it, but you don't just get attracted to anything or for any reason. You just kind of take your time and try and know people. Obviously, that's not my journey, is trying to find other things. You understand? Obviously, alongside finding myself. So I don't, but the questions, I'm just trying to get to a point. The questions that I get asked, which is really awkward for me by several men that have shown interest in, so how do you get it when you like, I don't understand. Like, I can't even repeat it. I would just
What's that?
Emmanuel, please. Emmanuel, give us until
how,
8 until
how do
half
you
past. Just
how,
give us 8 minutes and
how,
then close this thing. You can even switch it off throughout. Just give us 8 minutes to shut this thing down. Christiana, can I fix you here, right? And I'm gonna say this. We're living a life of Lulu.
I
You know
don't,
your worth, right? I can tell you fully. I can tell you fully. I know my worth and I know what I deserve as an
I'm just
individual.
like
But I'm
wondering,
also
it's
in the
not even a
realistic aspect
question.
of knowing very well that
No.
as women, we can be shitty people, especially when it comes to the partners that we get.
So I'm
That's
starting to
why even when I
know.
break
Maybe
up with a partner and I know I'm at fault, I will say I'm at fault because the first thing that happens with any relationship when we break up is what did the man do? Why did the man do this? What was the man doing throughout that? Why was the man unfaithful? It's never what did you
why
do as a
no,
woman?
I
It
don't
only
need
comes
No
what
after within every
accountability.
know
person.
everything already.
If,
I don't need to
that's
know
what I'm saying.
anybody.
It's 7 minutes now, Christiana. You only have 7 minutes.
Anything,
Let me land
anybody.
and shut the thing down very fast.
But
I'm not
I'm very
advocating
fast.
for
I'm not
men, but I'm also being honest about reality
I'm
and being sensible
playing
about
games with
reality.
you, man.
Men are
I
always
can
put on a
decide
shitty
I want
aspect
to
in life.
exist.
Men are always told that
So
they can
I
amount
don't
to nothing.
care.
In every script, it says that a successful man, every successful man has a strong woman behind them. But who's that strong woman? It's not always their partners. It's their mothers or their sisters or their brothers. And we take credit where we don't have to take credit at all. Because current men of this generation can run their businesses without a woman, can take
Yeah,
care of
that's
themselves
true.
without a woman.
That's
A man can do 10,000 things. The 10,000 because they are women.
I'm not
And the
disputing
sad
that.
reality is that we
I
don't
think
acknowledge those
women
men. We
also
don't
know
appreciate those
their
men.
worth.
We don't give them
Like
the
it's good that
flowers.
women know
That's
their
the sad
worth, but
reality
I
of
think
this
a lot
thing.
of men, I'm not even capping, like a lot of men
Mhm.
actually know their own worth and get off like just like relying on that quote unquote, you know, like feminine person. Maybe what you need is more of feminine energy. You know, I don't know, but that's. I feel like men should know their worth anyway. I don't want to go off topic. I feel like
Oh,
a lot of
men know their worth, but we
suffer.
degrade
No,
them
I'm not.
within
I'm
that
not.
worth.
I'm not using profit, but it's a fact. I feel like a lot of
Men know
men
their worth, but
suffer.
we degrade them within that
No,
worth. And
no,
I'm
don't
not
say men.
crucifying
Don't
women
say
here.
men. One
Guys, don't
day,
get me
don't
wrong.
say.
I'm not crucifying women, but I'm being
No,
honest enough to say that
one day
men
stop.
like them,
Don't
they're simple
say
people,
men.
but we make them look like they do lulu and
No,
stupid.
no. One day, don't say men. A lot of men have suffered mentally and emotionally that they have low self-esteem, and sometimes not even from partners, not from girlfriends. Sometimes it's even upbringing, maybe from home, maybe parents, maybe it's just from having other siblings, maybe family members. But I'm just letting you know that not every man worth, and that's what makes them act out, or they just think they're a certain kind of way, and other people that are in relationships with them suffer through all of that trauma. Do you get what I mean? So it's not everybody, because men that know their
So
worth
can we
and
agree that
know
self-worth is
like a
important?
man's man, they know, and they don't need telling. They just know the things to do. You understand, at the right time, and everything just flows, and there's no, because even the woman will contain herself and be like, yeah, this is my man. Do you get what I mean? So there's some unspoken rules that you don't really need to be saying too much. It comes naturally. So not all men know their worth. I just put that out there. It's hard. It's hard out there, you know. Hold on to your
Okay,
partner.
can I please say we've got 5 minutes. Can Inni and Adam come in that 5 minutes, then we can close it off. That's what I'm
Wow, you're
saying.
giving the therapist 5 minutes. let me work my magic in 5 minutes. Thank you so much, Wendy. You're so kind. Look, I love
Stop.
conversations like this, and I love to sit on the sideline because it helps me understand where people are coming from. Honestly, I've been taking notes. Like I'm learning from you guys. So basically, we literally started by trying to tell you what men want. That's how the conversation started. We got in one line. One line, and then we got this double barrel pump action machine gun
Bazooka.
reply from you guys, and we love it. We're not complaining, right? It's been beautiful. Those of us that can learn are learning. And I feel like that is one of the problems, right? In all seriousness, where everybody today feels like a relationship expert. Like the moment you drop the conversation relationship, everybody wants to tell you what it should be, how to set boundaries, this, that, that. They have an opinion. It's almost like technology. Today, all of us have used iPhones for at least 5, or basically smartphones for over 5 years, and we feel like we're experts. But leave us in the engineering lab, we can't put the phone together. It's the same thing in relationship. I look at a lot of people who are in relationships, and when they talk, I'm like, you don't know much about relationship. So as your self-elected community therapist, right? This is what I'm proposing you guys do. Just do one nice thing for your partner or somebody you want to be in a serious relationship with, like we were saying. And once you start to do something nice to the person, if you do it 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, except the person is a sociopath, they will want to reciprocate. It's human nature. If you go to a store and they give you coffee or a nice drink, you feel obligated to buy something. So give so you can receive is what I am proposing today as Relationship 101. I will repeat it for those in the back that were not paying attention. Give so you can receive. Are you with me? And with this, I hope you are convinced and not confused that giving is the best way to receive. This is where
Okay.
people stand up, give me, applause, ovation,
Oh, they
everything.
need to applause them. Okay, Inni, please, you've got 2 minutes.
Me, I don't have any 2 minutes. I'm done. I'm already exhausted.
Wait, can I please say something? The way you and Christiana went about this, I was like, let me just leave y'all because this was just banging. I was like, oh guys, but guys, let's also be honest. That's what I'm saying. I'm not advocating for men, but I'm also being honest about what's going on in society. And the sad reality is that men are always given the back end of the stick. And that's why they give us in partner relationships the back end of the stick. That's why we treat it like shit because you end up already he's received his own fair share of society aspects. And as much as it's wrong to think like that, that's why I say when you go into a relationship, come with your own, I come with my own. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, let's separate and move along with life. There's no hard feelings in any aspect. Because if I'm going to drain you and I'm going to drag you, or it's not going to help me in any notion. And the sad reality is it will still come back to the fact that men will always, if a relationship ends, it will always come back to the fact that what did the man do? And it will never come back to what did the woman do or what role did you play? Because also I always say that in every relationship, you are two there. You play your role, he plays his role. And there's a reaction, there's an action to a reaction, period. So you can't fully say that I was innocent within my relationship where I didn't play any role in the breakup. I might have not been the reason for the breakup, but there's a role that I played as an individual. So let's start taking accountability for the fact that we are also fucked up people who hurt people in people's children. And that's the reality.
Wendy, you're very smart. Don't worry, next week you'll be community therapist.
All right, guys.
But this was,
Bye, guys. Thank you so much for giving us 30 minutes of your time. Extra 30 minutes of the time. The best boss was amazing.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye, guys.